that there was no way to make that happen. Everybody else was leaving California when I was going into California. So
Oh,
I'll be
of
going in
course.
at the end of May, and then I'll have to go back at the end of June.
Sounds not good at all.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it's part of it.
Let's just hope that's the worst thing I can complain about.
Sure, it could be worse.
The heck? My Alt Tab has, in fact, me changing windows from anything iRacing has decided it doesn't want to work anymore. Can't click on it. What's going on? I literally cannot look at any window except for iRacing at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. I use my Windows key to like bring up the taskbar, and nothing. I click on it, nothing. I Alt Tab, nothing. It's very strange. Yeah, that's definitely new. Can't right click anything. Yeah, I'm gonna close iRacing and come back in. Yeah, so strange story. I was doing a community race yesterday.
Yeah.
And in it was one of those goofy sessions, so contact is inevitable. Um, got popped, and my wheel went berserk. I let go of my wheel, let it do its little spinny thing, and then when I tried to get going again, I realized I had like no feeling in my wheel at all, and I couldn't even tell which way was centered. Um,
Really?
I lost all force feedback, and I was like, "Oh my God! Like, what if this happened during the N24? Like, oh no, oh no, oh no!" Went through a bunch of stuff, couldn't figure it out. I finally rebooted my new motor, and it came back no problem. I'm like, oh man, can you imagine if that happens during the 24? I'll feel so bad. Blah blah blah. They literally have a new hands-off setting. So if they detect you release the wheel during an incident, they kill all force feedback to the motor
What?
until you turn it back on. So yeah, I literally had to go turn it off, but crisis averted and all that. But that was weird. Hey Cam, if you can hear me, take MWM3 because if anybody else joins, they will
Oh,
only
take
have
the
access.
OG.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, how's it going? Long time no
Well,
see. How was
congrats, Mr.
Mexico?
Cam.
Huh?
How was Mexico?
Better than Iowa?
¿Te
Hard
hablas,
to believe, I'm sure.
¿Te
The
hablas
hell, man?
suficiente español?
Dude, I still can't get any window open except for iRacing.
Bueno.
Strange. Alright. Well, y'all now have my full attention because I literally can't give it elsewhere. Did you see the session, Cam?
No, not yet. I'm still logging on.
We're joining one of the NECs.
Alright.
602, if I remember correctly.
I'm sure I could just hop in from your profiles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I was just trying to be nice. Oh my.
How have you been, Dustin?
I can't complain. It's been pretty good. How'd your race go earlier?
Sweaty.
What?
I was very sweaty, yes.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
He did really well.
But it was lots of fun. I had Jason overlooking me.
Good, that's
God
good.
himself. Yeah.
Didn't murder anybody?
Tried
Well, I don't
to.
think it was. Yeah, I think I could have tried a little harder, but there was someone that rammed my butt and they killed themselves with my ass.
Oh, well,
So, yeah.
sounds like a they problem.
That's what I thought.
Let me know when y'all are pulling out of pits, and I'll go back.
I'm in group 11 or whatever.
There was groups?
Yeah.
Oh, I looked. I didn't see one. Hang on. Oh, I was on the results page. I'm silly. Okay. Alright, I'm in 11 now.
I'm way out of practice now.
Did you buy any new cute thongs while you were gone?
I did. Couple.
Sweet.
Fucking grape smugglers, bud.
Well, I sure knew there weren't going to be any apples.
Did you come back to Iowa the most red, sunburnt man?
Actually, surprisingly, I didn't get that cooked. I took like a metric shit ton worth of sunblock, so we were good.
It's always amazing to me in tourist areas how expensive sunblock becomes. Like one bottle's like 25 bucks.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like they know that they're taking advantage of you, sort of deal.
Yeah. Taking advantage of the
No.
gringos specifically.
I can't imagine they would do something like that.
Shit. Unfortunately for you, I can't imagine it.
Oh yeah, they're definitely taking advantage.
So whenever I would hang out in Costa Rica, because I used to go there a fair bit, I would find a local and befriend them, and I would basically pay them to go buy me a shopping list of stuff, because they could get everything for like dirt fucking cheap, but if I went in there, I'd spend like $500 getting just basic supplies. Gringo tax.
What part of Mexico did you go to?
Cancun.
Oh man, the water there is so pretty.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
Did you do a resort, or?
Yeah, we went to an all-inclusive.
Well, while you were swimming in the ocean, Cam decided he was an Olympic swimmer himself.
Oh yeah?
That's right. Well, yeah, to kick things off, I used to do competitive swimming, like
Okay.
throughout my youth years, all the way through high school. But my girlfriend, she's still very into being physically fit and going out and working out. That's not. I'm more of a sheltered being. I mean, not to say I don't do anything, but her thing is that she really wanted me to go swimming at 5:30 in the morning with this U.S. Master Swimming group to go
Oh,
get a
God.
workout. Yeah, and I'm not a very big morning guy, especially for stuff where I would see that as like a chore. So yeah, I've been drugged to the pool at 5:30 in the morning, and I didn't go back the next practice. Yeah, she told me not to knock it till I tried it, and I tried it, and I think that's all she wrote. Not going back.
At least you tried it.
I try to tell her because it's not the first time I've had to do an early morning like swim practice or anything like that, but not when I don't need to. I'm good.
I don't blame you.
Are you guys in a group?
Group 11. I'm trying to catch Dustin, but he's running away from me.
Shit. I'll be lucky if I can do an 8:15 right now.
I mean, 8:15's pretty fucking quick. Oh wait, no, it's not on this track.
Not
Never
on
mind.
this track, it's not.
I was watching Ollie earlier. They were doing 8 flats during the race while fuel saving, but they were only doing 759s without fuel saving. Oh yeah, that was the other thing with the fuel changes that they made. You have to save to get 8 laps out of the car.
Oh, great.
Which honestly, it's better. It's a lot easier to save in traffic, but it's very doable outside of traffic.
Might be for the better as well, just so you can back it off a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you said the GT3 enjoys being rolled in the corners a bit more.
I said that?
I remember you were talking about like a brief lift before braking or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I've only hit the wall twice so far, so that's good.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point, though, where I hit the wall, it doesn't do damage, so I consider that improvement.
Just slightly glancing off the wall.
Yeah, basically.
What Jason's leaving out is that he's been practicing without damage.
Thanks, Cam.
I always practice with damage.
Yeah, how'd that go for you when you did it last time?
Not great.
And I'm gonna have to turn that freaking force feedback down to do this for an extended period.
What have you got it turned to?
It's only at 7, but man, it feels a
7
lot more than
meters,
7.
or is
Yeah.
it 7 like my racing?
7 newton meters, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
Seems low, but maybe it's probably really not.
What do you set to?
Like 123.
Yeah, you're doing that weird fucking division math bullshit. There's
Yeah,
a setting that you can change at the innie where you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm set. I think it's probably sitting about 9 newton meters right now in total.
Mine's
forget
about
what this said.
5.5.
I'm probably a little high.
I turned mine down a bit because it gets pretty rough through some of the undulations in the curbs. Like weirdly rough out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's easy enough to handle, but it is very tiring.
Yeah. Poor Ben can't make it. My Eiffel Tower's at a 6.
Yeah. I had a feeling that might play out that way.
Yeah.
That's why I went ahead and looked for 6 drivers, because I had a feeling we were going to get back down to 5 pretty quick. And I'm also kind of anticipating some people may not want to do their full stints. So I wanted a bit of a buffer there. But hey, on the bright side, we have a nighttime guy.
That's a plus.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we still need to give them support though. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
we'll have to figure out how to do that, but at least we're not blank. Cam,
What are
you
the
feeling a
odds
late
he
night?
I'd be open to it, not gonna lie. I mean, I cleared my schedule for it, and I shouldn't have any issues doing that. Other
Yeah.
than just being flat out tired. But
So,
you, on the other hand, I feel like you won't be able to sleep.
yes, it's kind of what I'm expecting, but I'd rather not plan that. You know what I mean? I very much hurt from Daytona after doing that. That was not an ideal scenario for me. And I was very moody and very grumpy.
Till we got second.
Yeah, your Eiffel Tower was down, and then it went shot straight back up.
I was just so fucking tired, y'all. I'll be honest, I desperately wanted somebody else to drive and burn hours at the end just so I didn't have to. But, oh well.
Yeah, just don't let me run them incidents up.
Dude, those incidents played a big-ass factor at the end. We didn't realize it at the time, but that team with the 7K driver had 3 drive-thrus.
That'll ruin you real quick, like.
Yep. Well, that and slamming into the wall like they did.
What was that team's name? Safety Barrier Inspection Crew or something?
Yeah, but that they weren't the ones that did it. So I think the target for fuel, by the way, is 12.7 per lap. Roughly around there. Liters.
In this configuration?
Yeah. That's from Ollie's stream this morning. Because I'm a psychopath and I keep waking up crazy early. Dustin, did you end up finishing those home projects that you were working on before you left?
Yeah.
Did you get them done before you left?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm a man. I finished what I started.
It absolutely sucked.
It was a bathroom and something else, right?
Yeah, bathroom and a water heater.
Yeah, water heater's no fun.
No, it was not great.
Out of the stuff I'm willing to risk DIY, anything involving water is not one of them. If it gets wet, I'm nowhere near it.
Electricity, I don't fuck with.
I'm the opposite. Because I can always flip the whole breaker to the house and not be concerned.
Yeah, but you could electrocute yourself and die.
Yeah.
There's worse ways to go. Like, have you ever tried drowning?
I don't think I'm gonna drown in my house.
Yeah. Jason Aquarium. Well, I guess you do have a pool, right?
Yep.
Ooh, look at me, look at me.
Asshole.
The only pool I got is one of them 6-foot diameter kiddie pools.
I mean, those things are great for holding beer.
Put enough ice in there.
Yeah, by the time I get to my 6-foot diameter kiddie pool, it's already full with a dog that's full of mud and shit. It's all nasty.
Girlfriend swimming laps.
And then Charles Lafart's just angrily watching from the window.
Yeah, he's watching per usual.
Did you see the cat, Dustin?
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
I hope y'all don't mind, but I decided to have some fun with it.
I think it's great.
We were following each other in practice the other day, and it was funny. We were like testing how close you had to get before you could make out what it was. and how far away you were before you like were mildly interested in what it might be. And we might get rear-ended a lot. You can see from pretty far away that it's something interesting, but you got to be pretty fucking close to make it out.
I hope you didn't put him on the bumper, or else he'd be falling off.
That's on the trunk. It should stick around for a minute.
Unless you're the Ford Mustang.
Yeah, then you lose your trunk.
What are you talking about?
The Mustang GT3, how the deck lid's always falling off.
Oh, I've never heard of that or seen anything
Yeah.
for it.
Really?
Happened to both of them during the Daytona 24.
I'm not a race car fan, guys.
I think it also happened just last weekend in the World Challenge Europe. It's the thing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Dustin, did you end up seeing Miami?
Yeah,
Okay, thank goodness.
yeah, I watched it.
That was a hell of a race.
I thought it was actually a pretty good race.
All right, Mr. Big Dick Dustin over here, dropping a hot little P1.
Yeah, and I'm beating fucking 1K drivers. Woo! Look at me.
I mean, technically,
Max
you're beating a
Verstappen.
3.9K driver.
Not yet, I'm not.
You see the end of the race for GR Cup, Jason, for the leaders?
No.
Well, I guess they were going side by side through like I forget what turn it is, but after like the second really long straight, that like tight left-hander before like the stadium section kind of deal, they were going side by side for half the lap, and into the final corner, they were still side by side, and I guess one of them got pushed out wide, because you know you got to send it's the last lap.
Yep.
But yeah, the limits were basically the wall had pushed him out wide, but he held it around the outside on the grass, and I guess they're gonna let him keep the spot because the inside dude went all the way to the edge of the track, not leaving enough space. But the other dude went really fucking wide, like almost hit the wall wide. So it was quite bonkers.
Honestly,
I want
last lap, last corner, you kind of have to just let it be, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Did y'all see what I posted about the WEC 6 Hours of Spa?
Yeah, what was going on with that?
So they had two big red flag incidents during the race and at the end of the race that ate up almost 2 hours of time. So they ran the clock out on the official race, and about 5 minutes, well, maybe a little more than 5 minutes, but right at the end of the race, out of nowhere, the stewards come online and basically say, we're restoring an hour and 48 minutes to the clock. So the crazy part about that was the red flag had come out exactly as teams were starting to pit.
Oh,
So the teams that had to pit but had just not yet pitted, they were now at the front of the field.
well, yeah.
So the Ferrari hypercar, they started dead last. When the red flag came out, they were P1. So Ferrari was throwing a fucking fit that they were going to continue the race.
Oh, because, yeah, they wanted an easy win.
Yep. And then because of how it restarted and stuff, they have like provisions for like when pit lanes closed, how you're allowed to get emergency fuel basically. So teams were when they finally started the cars back up and went around and started the parade laps, pit lanes were closed and a bunch of people had to pull into pit lane. They're only allowed to take 5 gallons of fuel and then go back out on the track and rejoin the formation lap. So they only had enough to basically start the lap at the end of the field. Then they had to immediately pull in and take a full tank while the entire field's bunched up and running away. So there was
That's
quite a few teams pretty pissed off about that little fucking decision. But honestly, I think it's brilliant for the fans.
That's the thing is, racing needs to be more entertaining anymore. That's why I start to struggle with F1 some days, because you've had such a dominant team for the last, you know, let's be honest, since Mercedes, now Red Bull.
And before then, there was a McLaren and a Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, I want things to be more closely matched. I want actual racing.
But, I mean, think about the actual true heart and the true nature of F1, though. It isn't close racing. That's not what the sport's defined as. The sport's defined as engineering.
It is. It really is.
So from that perspective, you kind of have to just suck it.
Well, yeah. Red Bull's gonna suck it after losing Adrian Newey.
Yeah, but they should already have enough of his brain into the 2026 car already, I imagine. They just may not know what to do to fix it when it's slow.
When it pulls a Mercedes?
Yeah.
Like, that's not like the be-all, end-all. Like, I still feel like they'll put together a competent car without him.
Competent, yes, but is it going to be the top car?
Go tell him.
Dude, Adrian Newey, like, if you look at his history and, like, in other motorsports as well, this dude was, like, hiding parts inside of other parts. Like, inside of the oil casing, he was putting, another piece of hardware that didn't need to be inside the oil casing. He was just putting it inside there to maximize the size profile of the engine. Like, he's a different thinker. If you look at what he did with, I want to say the Indy cars in his younger years, dude, he was doing shit that nobody even thought of. They made a lot of his ideas illegal too, which generally is a sign of a very intelligent man.
Because he knows how to think outside the box.
Yep. He knows how those cars work so well that literally nobody's thought of how to slow him down. Like, that's pretty wild to make that kind of claim.
That's why everybody's chomping at the bit to sign him.
I do want to know what his actual motive for resigning was. If it was the text messages, or if it was just something else unrelated.
I think it's the internal power struggle within the team altogether.
I mean, shit, both sides are going to want him. It's not like he's at any risk.
Yeah.
It's not, so I don't really think he would be exposed to it that much. Like, at worst, they might try to skew him to, like, support one side or the other, but as long as he says fuck off, I mean, that's kind of the end of it for him.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they'd give him the fucking CEO's chair.
I don't know, Christian must have some dirt on somebody.
Well, if nothing else, Christian has a reputation at this point for being successful, and that's worth a lot in that sport. Look at mistakes were made, dominating the leaderboards, boys.
Lonzy.
Yeah, we'll see how that works tomorrow. Jesus Christ. I'm still so hyper scared of actually doing a race here.
It is pretty stressful.
That was your boss's lack of ambition.
Because all it takes, it just takes one little misstep and it's over.
I'm gonna have to learn to settle the hell down on turn 3. I'm gonna randomly throw that out there and be like, hey Cam, your turn 114 is not looking very good. You need to back it up a bit.
Which turn is that?
The one after the right left.
Which one?
That one. The one that you suck in.
I think you've like unnarrowed it. It's like you got me rethinking and reevaluating.
You just made it worse.
I think I suck everywhere now.
You gotta be real careful with off tracks too. Did you get
Yeah,
some,
they add
some
up.
off tracks that I wouldn't expect?
Yeah, there's 3 places on this track that I have to be fairly ginger around. Jesus, what the fuck? Oh, by the way, Dustin, I've been running 52 brake bias. It feels a lot safer for me.
That's what I'm running right now.
Copycat.
I'm just running that R2 setup that the new guy posted.
I'm still running the Season 1 VRS.
I don't even know what setup I'm running, honestly.
Yeah,
Mine says the brake bias is 53.
Joe has another setup as well, so we probably need to get on the same page. I was trying to get Joe to post his, but I don't think Joe's much of a Discord user.
Yeah, so what are the 2 new guys like?
I mean, personality-wise, Joe is more close to you. He's quite rapid, quite stable. Seemed to have a good attitude. He was, I don't know how much of this was draft because I did do a test session and we had a draft train going and I did a 16. So draft is really, really more powerful than it looks. But he ran I think it was a 14.99 or something like that.
Okay.
So he's pretty quick, but yeah, he seems chill. I very much talked to him and gave him an out and said, hey, this is a fun race for us. We're not everybody's going to have that pace, so if that's a problem, like, bugger off. And he said, no, he was good with that. He was mostly just wanting a chill group that was, not going to destroy the car.
Yeah.
And I said, no promises. Then Simon, he's kind of a mixture of Cam and Ben.
So he's not good with his pit entry button. Oh, sorry.
That's yet to be seen.
We didn't test him on pit entry, to tell you the truth. No, I'll be honest, I was very reluctant because, he is an 1800 driver. So
Yeah.
I asked him point blank and said, why are you an 1800 driver? Like, you seem to have the toolkit, like, why? And he basically said, because I like to do a lot of races and I don't really practice for them, I just show up and do them.
Oh, well.
I'm like,
that,
okay,
I guess.
yeah, that's fair.
So he's kind of in it just for the fun of racing then.
Yep.
That's what makes me think.
Yeah, he was running a tad bit slower than myself and Cam, but he wasn't really doing anything crazy that was, like, concerning. The most concerning thing was there was one corner where he hit the brakes really hard, really early in a corner that you don't do either of those 2 things.
Okay.
And I was intentionally following him really fucking close to, like, fuck with him. Which he didn't seem bothered by the way. But, Yeah, he didn't do that the lap before. He didn't do it the laps after. It was just that one time. So that kind of scared me because that is kind of 1800 behavior, right? Being inconsistent like that, or doing something so unexpected that you just get plowed in the ass by a following car.
Yeah.
It would
but-
give him the benefit of the doubt because he said
Yeah.
he had not done like any practice whatsoever, and he was kind of like he was pretty bang on pace right out of the box, I would say. And he
Yep.
said he would practice the week coming up, so.
And he has been. I've already seen him.
Get ironed out.
Yeah, so I have a feeling he's kind of like what we were when we first met, where we were lower rated, but we had some decent pace and decent competency of not destroying the car. He kind of reminded me of us. So,
Yeah.
I talked it over with Cam, and Cam didn't have any objections. He kind of had this similar thought, and we just said, fuck it, let's go for it, because we need a EU driver anyway.
Yeah.
But, no, I think he'll be okay. My only concern is if he gets nervous about, there's a lot of fear about, I don't want to screw this up for everybody else. So I'm kind of concerned about him getting into those emotions and trying hard, and then trying hard equals crashing. So
I'd just rather have good, clean laps as opposed
Yep.
to trying to have just outright pace. You know what I mean?
yeah, I want to set the same goal we had for Daytona. Finish on the lead lap. If we finish on the lead lap, we're probably on the podium. So
I mean, even Daytona is a race of survival.
Yep.
This even more so.
One thing I hadn't really thought of is that since he's an EU driver, I would say that EU drivers are more like they tend to go to road racing more often. So I feel like a 1.8K driver from Europe probably holds a little bit of a different weight than a 1.8K driver from the US, in my opinion. I feel like there's a different type of skill range.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. He seemed like he knew what he was doing.
yeah, agreed. I think he's worth the gamble.
Yep.
And let's be honest, the reality is we're probably going to crash the car before we even give him the car.
Oh yeah.
So why worry about that if we're just as likely to do it ourselves? And plus, this is a track where it rewards you so much for track knowledge, and he seemed to have that in spades. So he's probably safer than I am at this point.
Yeah, and one of the major selling points for me, Dustin, I was talking with Jason about this, is that he talks funny.
He won some points with you there, huh?
Oh yes. It just kind of it just scratches that little monkey brain itch in my head that talk funny equals good.
Better than that damn Frenchman we got.
D-Kid.
Yeah, he's too busy trying to steal our
I
win.
forgot about that. Oh, dickhead.
I miss Ben.
I miss Ben. Yeah, 100%. Oh man, God, that's funny. D-Kid.
So Jason, I know you were immediately against it, but I think one way we could get Ben back into the sim is if we participate in the Majors 24 of Le Mans. I think that might do all the convincing you need.
Yeah, get him on his home soil track.
Why are y'all trying to make me do these tracks I fucking hate?
Oh, come on, quit being a sissy.
No. It's what I'm known for. It's what I'm good at. How come I gotta do all the tracks that y'all like? Y'all never do the tracks that I like.
What track do you like? What track do you want to do, Jason?
Nerd GP. Spa.
We're doing the
Nerd
Nerf
GP.
GP for 24 hours.
Yeah.
No, we're not. You fucking, you shank asses.
I'll do those. I don't care.
Yeah, I just hate that his reason was he had to work during the week, so he couldn't practice, which tells me that he's probably available for the weekend. But
Yeah.
obviously, if you can't practice, you can't practice. Like, I get it, right? But it broke my heart. I was like, oh, I wanted the whole gang back together.
Ben, please.
If you look at his iRacing profile, I don't think he's done a race since the V24.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
He must have just got a little bit burnt out or something. I mean, we were going full try-hard mode for that.
Yeah, we
And the
were. That
season
was
prior.
that was a lot. I
It
kind of
paid
go
off,
through
though.
those. How long you guys gonna be on?
I'm just doing whatever.
Yeah, I'm probably on here for like another hour. Max, maybe a little more.
I need to get going and start cooking some dinner.
Well, if nothing else, it was good to see you again. You gonna try to do the morning?
What time does it start?
8 a.m., brother.
Okay. Give me, I'll let you know here this evening. I'm going to try and get back on here after a bit. Run some more laps. Just feel that I'm...
Okay, just remember, I need,
What's that?
just remember, I need a very solid yes or no by the end of the night.
No, you'll
So
have
I-
a solid yes or no
Okay,
within the next
thank
few
you.
hours.
Otherwise, I can't risk registering you.
No, yeah, absolutely. I get that. I wouldn't want you to do that. Yeah, I'll have a solid answer for you here. I don't know, probably about 8 o'clock.
Okay, that's awesome.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
All right,
Good talking
boys
to you
have
again.
fun.
Alone again,
And then there
just
were
the two of us and our hands. Dude, I realized I streamed that whole spotting session, and I got a new headphone, and I didn't convert my mic recorder over to
so it's
the
just
new
dead
one.
silent or me talking.
you talking. Yeah.
It's alright, no one wants to hear that anyway, right?
Yeah. That was the exact thought I had. So you know what? Hold on. Actually, let me get to the end of the lap, then I'll make that comment.
I might cut things a little short, honestly.
Honestly, I'm okay with that.
Not right this very minute, but I can already start to feel it in my back. I've been sitting in here long enough today. I was hoping to catch up with Dustin a little bit.
Yeah, same.
I haven't seen him in a while. It's always good to get practice in, though.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to practice this for hours with your friends. I may just run the fuel tank empty and then see how things are then. God damn, man, I cannot focus and talk at the same time. And I wish they would do a massive sound update to all these cars.
Seems like they would have the technology to do so.
You know what I found really weird? The I went and downloaded the GR86 encoded this morning on my other computer. The track was 50 megs. The car was like 450 megs or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Wait, the
how?
track is
Why?
way more detailed than the car.
Right? That's what I would have thought.
Oh, you know what? I was listening to the broadcast, a little replay, and I think they said the track was scanned in like 2012 or something, which, I mean, it doesn't really look like it. But that could have something to do with it.
The other thought is like maybe they include all the audio files with the car download. Maybe the audio
Oh, for,
files
like,
are
the
bigger.
track and everything.
Well, for the engine noises, tire squeals, shit like that. Okay, so let me make this comment while I'm on a straight.
Yes.
I'm averaging 13.66 liters a lap. That is a far way away from 12.7. I believe the NAC has the BOP applied. Oh shit, I forgot to brake for the end of the big straight. Oh, I survived. I don't know how to survive.
It should be pretty easy to save that last part.
Well, I'm about to cross the line and get an updated number, but I have done 5 laps total, including the outlap. And it says 2.48, so we'd have to save half a freaking lap to get that. Compared to Ollie, he was only having to save. In my mind, he was only having to save something like 0.4 liters a lap, which is no big deal. But for us, we would have to do almost a full liter a lap.
That's quite a bit. I mean, I'm not sure if it'd be worth it.
Yeah, I might do this lap a lot more reserved for fuel reasons and just see where it comes out. The other thought is that this car is or this track is a lot shorter than the 24-hour layout. And if we're that far away from 8 laps on the short track, it probably won't even be close for the big track.
I have a feeling it won't matter that much in the end. I understand that the stop at the end might be a little shorter, I guess, but so is
Well, it's
I feel like
5.
not crashing is going to get you a lot further.
Well, it's 5 seconds per lap that you save on the final pit stop. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
If you do that 9 times, that's an entire pit stop. If you do that 18 times, which we will be pitting 18 times, then you just eliminated 2 pit stops. I just have a hard time. I'm trying to like rationalize this in my head because obviously I'm getting these numbers from Ollie's stream earlier. I find it very hard to believe that the BMW is doing an entire liter more on fuel.
And if it is, it's definitely going to be changed, I imagine.
have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Test is going to be slightly faulty. I just went off track for a little bit.
Retro.
I surfboarded the exit of the long straight about halfway through.
Yep. I did that earlier.
Yeah, I lost 1.1 second in that section alone. I will say, like, right now, with me trying to conserve fuel, the lap times that I'm doing, like, ignoring the surfboard that just happened, I'm very much not convinced that I'm not going faster than the 5 seconds that you'd save for saving one lap. Now, I don't know if I would be if I added all those up to remove an entire pit stop, but definitely not fast enough to justify 5 seconds right now.
Gotcha.
And like during the 4 hour that we're gonna do tomorrow, it's 3 pit stops, I think, or 4, 3, 3.
Probably, yeah.
Well, hold on, it's 30 laps, 31 laps, no, 30 laps. So that divided by 8, yeah, 3 pit stops. So if you don't do any fuel savings, you're basically throwing away 15 seconds. So you better be able to outrun 15 seconds when you're going full throttle.
A lot of time.
Yeah, and the fear I have with that was they were still running 8 flats doing that. I love corners that whenever I fuel save, I'm faster in them.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier today in the esports race. Some of those turn ones I was doing, the hairpin, when I was trying to overtake, I noticed that I somehow magically gained like 2/10 on my delta coming out of it.
Very nice. This is going to be so interesting. I'm about to cross the line, see what the difference is. Drum roll, please. 13.3 with me lifting the way I was lifting, and I lost 2 seconds. Yeah, so I don't have the ability to do that tactic with the current ability level that I possess. Yeah, my wife's about to get home from her trip any minute now as well, so I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
call it after this lap.
Alrighty.
She went out of her way when she was calling me to say she was on her way home to ask how you did. So I told her you just barely missed the podium.
Yep. Just barely. Yeah, I think the next amendment I need to make, next adjustment is add farty onto that car too.
Special
that'll give me
Olympics.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Think
that
I'm on
one.
there somewhere. Maybe on the helmet, we'll see.
The helmet
Something a
would be
little more
cool.
difficult to see.
So weird not having a clutch.
Go to like save fuel.
Yeah. You know, I always feel like I'm getting close to mastering a track whenever I completely botch a line and I can still somehow figure out a way to like still be quick. It usually tells me that I'm getting close.
You were ready.
Haven't Yeah. And I'm starting to get that down where I just completely miss what I'm trying to do and I still come out pretty okay. Do you know what Corner Village is?
Village?
Yeah.
Is that the one that's like that weird double apex left-hander right before you get to that like bridge?
We have about 1 lap of fuel left.
I don't know about Bridge, but yes. Do you have any
Like right
idea?
before- Go ahead.
Do you have any idea what those buildings are? Are they houses? Are they businesses?
I think it's just a little community thing. I think there's a man. I haven't looked in a while, but nor have I been. But I think there's some houses and like a couple cafes or like a gas station or something.
Can you
From what I
imagine? Go ahead.
Because from what I understand, this is just like a public road you pay a toll to use.
Can you imagine living in that house while the 24 is going on that close to your head?
That's got to be fun.
I'd
Not
fucking
fun,
get a
but-
hotel and get the fuck out of there.
It's definitely like the biggest circus that comes around every year. I don't know if you've seen like the trackside activities there, but it gets pretty wild.
No, I haven't seen anything like that. I really want to go check out the ACC Nords, but I don't dare touch it before the 24. I don't want to pick up habits.
Well, in theory, they're both laser scanned, right? They should be.
It's the
pretty
way you
damn
drive the
similar.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to 100% match the brake in ACC, and God help you if you do that in iRacing. Yeah, at this point, I have no idea if I've been fuel saving or not.
Alright, it's all about seat time.
I think all I learned is I'm not doing a 12.7 lap and still being quick. That's probably all I need to know. I'll have to go back and look. There was a Beamer that was chasing Ollie in that race that he was doing. I'll have to see if the Beamer did 8 laps during the race. Because I know his first stint he only did 7, but then a lot of people switched to doing 8 because everybody else was.
I'll keep an eye out on Garage 61 for I don't know, see if anyone's doing something drastically different line-wise or setup-wise.
Yes, I just butchered a really good lap. What I think was a good lap. It's weird. My racing and my dash don't agree on what a good lap is.
I know exactly what you mean.
Drum roll says.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
13.2. Fuck. Yeah, I can't get down to 12.7 without drastically giving up time. Although I did drop a 3.3, that's pretty good for me.
Yeah, it seems like if you're being giving up that much time, it's just not worth it.
I will say there is a handful of corners where I can easily fuel save, and it doesn't cost me anything, so it just reduces how much fuel I have to put in when I put it in. But yeah,
Yeah, but to do that, you got to be using like 100% of your brain,
I don't
which
have
can
that.
lead to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't alt tab for some reason.
You're right. I just found your brain right over here, on turn 117. Dropped it.
That must have fell out on lap 1. I feel like your driving inputs match that of a GR Cup.
Yeah, there's still some. I do notice I'm getting on the power a lot earlier than I feel like I should.
Yeah, track's a little warm for that. It's almost 40C. That's what I ought to do. I ought to go check Ollie's stream for what temperature they had. Because 40C seems pretty damn hot. Like
It's
maybe I'm
definitely
not
a
as
lot
far
harder
off
than
as I think.
Yeah, we've been practicing, at least in our sessions. It's usually pretty damn cold, right? Like
Yeah,
18,
like 19.
19?
I'm gonna be so curious when the GT 24-hour races start next week. Oh, it's gonna be fucking carnage. I'm gonna be so
What's that?
demoralized if I find out that I'm like 4 or 5 seconds off the pace.
Oh, for like the practice sessions? Or
And
what
not
do you
even
mean?
practice, just the actual 45-minute races.
Oh, for the sprint?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to grind those races next week. This is the last free week I have before my life gets real busy. Yeah, I think you got some GR Cup left in you.
Yeah, I think I do as well. My
You're
lap
definitely
time
quicker than
reflects
me.
that as well. I'll shake it out of my system before Saturday, or whatever time slot we're doing.
Eh, get out of there. All right, man. Well, get easy, I guess.
Yeah, you do the same.
Congrats again.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being there.
It was a pleasure.
All right, see you around.
Yep. Adios. Test, beep, boop. Test, beep, boop.